Welcome to your full body sculpt series. My name is Courtney. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. For class, we're going to be utilizing a set of hand weights and a yoga mat. Obviously, it is always an option to do this with body weight. And as you progress through this boot camp, you're always welcome to increase your weight with your hand weights. I would recommend starting with a 3 to 5 pound weight or body weight if this is your first time through this class. That all being said, we are going to be starting in our quadruped or tabletop position. So make your way there when you're ready. We're going to be stacking our wrists right under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to start with just some spinal work. So we're going to start with a nice deep breath. Drop your belly, lift your gaze, pull those shoulders down and away from your ears. Then exhale, round your spine up to the ceiling, pressing those palms down into your mat, letting it go. Taking that nice deep inhale, rounding that spine, pulling those shoulder blades down, and press to exhale. We're going to go for 2 more rounds of breath here. Fill your lungs to the sides of your mat. Lift that gaze. Then round it out and away. Last one, deepest breath. Fill your lungs to the sides of the room and round it out and away. Beautiful work. Coming down into that neutral spine, we're going to extend our right arm out to the front of our mat and our left leg behind us. Thumb going up towards the ceiling, toes are pointed. We're going to lift and lower. Finding that long, straight shape, reaching for length, not height. So just lifting those fingertips, reaching them out in front of you, reaching your toes out for that back wall. Lift and lower for 4, 3. We're going to hold it lifted on this next one. Hold it lifted, thumb drives up to the ceiling. We're going to flip our palm down towards our mat, carrying leg and arm out to the side on one even plane, floating it back to center. Holding it lifted like you're dragging your leg and arm across the top of a table. We're trying to keep that leg from dipping down. Here for 3 more. Hold it lifted. And center. For 2. Last one, carry it out to the side and draw it back to center. Hold the shape lifted. We're going to draw that right elbow in towards our left knee as we round our spine up to the ceiling and extend it out. So thumb is coming back up to the ceiling. Palm flips as we draw it up and under for that knee to elbow connection, reaching it out long. Moving with your breath. Exhale as you crunch in. Inhale as you reach and stretch. We've got 3. And extend. 2. Last one, crunch it in, reach and extend the shape out. Your hand is going to come down to the mat, keep that left leg lifted. Tuck through your right toes, press your hips up to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. We're going to tap that left toe down to the ground and lift. So we're actively pressing our chest down towards our thighs. We're just lifting and lowering through that left leg. Gaze is down towards your kneecaps. We've got 3, 2. Last one, all 10 toes come back down to your mat. Find a little pedal through those heels. So bending and extending through each leg, drawing your heels down towards your mat. Getting a nice stretch through the back sides of your legs for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press both heels down to your mat. Nice deep stretch. Then drop your knees down to your mat, coming back down into that quadruped position. Moving right into that other side. So we're going to extend that left arm out in front of us, right leg. Find your balance. Thumb up to the ceiling. We lift the shape up, tapping it down with control. Lift and lower. Pulling those ribs together, knitting them together like they're best friends. Pulling that belly button up off of your clothes. Nice strong core. We're going to hold it lifted in 4, 3, 2. Last one, we hold at the top. Flip that palm down towards your mat. We carry it out to the side. Float it back to center with control. Finding your furthest point. Focusing on keeping that leg lifted. Carry it out to the side. And extend. Last 2. Last one, carry it out to the side. Pull it back to center. We're going to draw that knee and elbow underneath your body, rounding that spine up to the ceiling. Extend out, thumb goes up towards the ceiling. Flip and pull, round, and reach. Here for 4. Nice strong core. 3, 2. Last one, we crunch it up and under. Reach, find that length. Leg stays lifted, hand comes back down to the mat. Tuck your left toes on your mat, press hips up to the ceiling. 3-legged dog. We're going to lower that right leg down towards our mat and lift. Lower and lift, trying to keep those hips rotated down to your mat. We're on those tippy toes to that left side. We've got 3. We're going to find a second round of those pedals in 2. Last one, all 10 toes down to the mat, bending and extending through each leg, drawing that chest down to thighs. We drop those heels, finding that stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop both heels down to the mat, press down nice and firm. We're going to ripple forward through our spine, so rounding that spine up to the ceiling, finding that strong high plank. Slowly lower your chest down to your mat, keeping those elbows tucked in. Untuck your toes, lift and press your chest up. We're going to drop our gaze over our right shoulder, looking back towards your heels. Then roll it through center, pulling those shoulder blades down. Other side, drop that shoulder and twist. Gaze is following. Last one each way. We twist, look back at those heels. Come back through center, other side. Finding center, we're going to press our hips back, opening our knees wide, sitting back on our heels, finding an active child's pose. Drawing those fingertips down into your mat, lifting your palms, finding a deep stretch through those lats. Sit here for 2 deep breaths. Nice deep inhale. Feel your lungs expand across your thighs, and then they knit back together as you exhale. 1 more deep breath. Beautiful work. We're going to rock and roll right into it. We're going to swivel around, reaching our toes out towards the front of our mat. Once you're there, we're going to slowly roll all the way down, coming to a bridge position. So we're going to wiggle both of our heels in close to our booties. So we should be able to tap our heels with our fingertips are nice and close. From here, we're going to lift our right heel up off the mat. So we're driving that left heel down into our mat. That's where our weight is going to be focused. We're going to lift up into our bridge position. So as we lift and squeeze, we're driving out of that left heel. That right toe is just down on your mat for support to keep those hips even. Checking in with your hip bones, maybe bringing a fingertip to your hip bones, finding that we're hinging and lifting those hip bones at the same time, lifting up to that same level. So not letting that right side dip just because we're driving out of that left side. Lift and lower, just gently tapping those hips down. Core is nice and tight, pulling to center. We're going to hold this lifted in 3. Squeeze, hold on to that breath. 2. Holding it lifted on this next one. That right leg's going to float up to your tabletop position and then tap down to your mat, holding those hips lifted. We just float that right leg up, tap those toes down. Hips are even. We're squeezing through that left glute to hold us up in this high bridge. For 3, 2, last one, hold it lifted, right leg stays floating in tabletop. Reach and extend your right leg long. Holding those hips lifted, we sweep that right leg down till we're in line with that left knee. Then we lift back up to the ceiling. Sweep it down and lift. Option to lower your hips down to the mat if this is a little too much through that left side. Or hold them lifted. We have 5, 4, don't drop. You've got 3, squeeze it up through that left side. For 2, last one, reach and point those toes up to the ceiling. Find tiny pulses, lift and squeeze. Out of that left side, hips are even, right toes are pointed. Lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those hips down to your mat. Extend that right toe out. That left leg is going to stay bent. We're going to keep driving through that left heel. Optional to grab your hand weights. If your body is not ready for those hand weights quite yet, you definitely can do this with just body weight. If you're grabbing your dumbbells, you're going to extend them directly out from your shoulders. So stacking those wrists right above, never letting those dumbbells come up over your head. From here, we're going to take a full roll up. So keeping that right leg glued down to your mat, we're going to use those dumbbells to lift. Chin comes to chest, we roll up and reach tall. So we're stacking each vertebrae all the way up, then rolling it back down, extending those dumbbells long. So we roll and reach, then reverse it back down, pressing each vertebrae one at a time, taking it with control, moving slow, reach, and lower. We're going to add on a little bit to this in 3, finding this movement first, and lower, in 2, trying to minimize any momentum. I know it's challenging coming all the way from the floor. Last one we're going to add on here. Roll all the way up, hold at the top. We're going to twist both of our elbows to the outside of that left knee, then reach and reverse it back down. So we're adding that little oblique crunch at the top. So we find that full extension, then we twist through our waist to bring both elbows down, then roll it down. Beautiful. We have 5. All the way up, twist, reach, and roll it back down. So strong for 4. Getting that chest rotating over to that left side. Finding your breath for 3. We're going to hold at the top for just those twists. In 2. Twist. And reach. We got this. Final push on this core. All the way to the top, we hold. We just worked that twist. Come to center. Twist. Center for 4. 3. Nice and strong. 2. Last one. Press it up tall. That right hand is going to come down to your mat. Ditch your dumbbell. You can just set it out in front of you. We're going to come onto that right forearm and swivel onto that right hip. So now our left knee is bent and the inside of our right leg is extended up to the ceiling. We're lifting through our inner thighs. So nice strong through our side body. That left hand is reaching. We're going to lift, bring ankle to wrist and extend. So the inside of our knee is lifting and pulling. We're using that inner thigh to draw that leg up, point it out and away and extend. Option to ditch that top dumbbell and just work with your body weight. We're focusing on those inner thighs. So keeping that knee rotated out and away from you. For 4. Hold onto that breath. 3. 2. 1. We're going to add on. So this time we're going to bend that knee in as we crunch elbows to the outside. So bringing in that core work and extend. Then we take one of those inner thigh lifts. So it's a little combo here. Knee to elbow, crunch and twist, reach and lift. So working that inner thigh and that side oblique, extend. Moving with control. Core is working, legs are working, shoulders are working. We've got this for 4. And crunch. 3, lift nice and strong. The inner thigh is working. Crunch. Final 2, lift. And twist. Last one, lift. Find that crunch to finish. We're going to extend both legs long. So we're stacking both of those ankles on top of each other, rolling onto our full side hip. From here, we're still holding that top left arm extended. We're going to roll back, find our half teaser, extend, restack those hips. So we shift back, lift up, extend, and roll. Not here long. You have 5. Up, roll, and lift. Moving with control for 4. 3, option to do this with a bent leg if that straight leg lift is not for you. 2, we are going to hold on this last one. I know I'm already so tired. Lift and hold. Whew. Find your balance, lift and hold. Bottom leg lowers and lifts, lowers and lifts. For 6, so strong. 5, squeeze up to that inner thigh. We're still lifting through that inside of our leg. 2, and 1. Lower it down. Beautiful job. Towel off, grab a sip of water. We're transitioning to the next part of our series. So we're gonna come up into a kneeling position. Bringing both of those dumbbells with us, actually. We're gonna extend our right leg, our working leg, out to the back side of our mat. And we're gonna bring both of those dumbbells up into our chest. Elbows are nice and wide. We're gonna start with an oblique bend. So keeping our hips facing forward, elbows are nice and wide. We're gonna hinge over to that left side, lift and pull back up. Hinge it over to the side, lift and pull back up. So that chest is staying open and proud. We'll add on layers piece by piece. If at any point in time a layer doesn't feel right for you in your body, leave it out or come back here. First one in 3. Down and pull. 2, all the way up. We add on here. Find that oblique bend. From here, your lowest point, we twist our chest down to our mat, come back to center, lift. So we're adding on that time under tension, adding that rotation, challenging our core just a little bit more. Bend, twist, center, and lift. You have 5. Down, twist, center, and lift. Beautiful. Nice and strong. That core has been working all class. We've got this for 3. Trying to find that full rotation. Don't rush it at the bottom. 2. Last one with that twist. Down, twist, center, and lift. This time, we're gonna open our arms out to a T. We're gonna lower down, tap the ground with that dumbbell, lift and pull up. So we're holding those arms in our T. Not here long, just a transition. Lift. Keeping those arms nice and wide, thumbs up towards the ceiling. You have 3. Trying to tap your mat if you can for 2. Holding it down on this last one. So keeping that left hand planted, right arm is reaching. We're gonna twist our chest down. So keeping our hips rotated forward, that right arm taps your mat, twist open all the way up to that press. So we drop it down, tap the mat, lift, and press. Swiveling through that waist, a lot of rotation going on in class today. Nice and strong through that core. We're gonna add on our leg. So we're gonna lift that leg with our arm in 3. Press. In 2. Last one without the leg, reach. This time we come down, tap the mat. As we row and lift, that right leg lifts with us, reach. Tap that whole shape down. Lift. And lower. Gaze is following that dumbbell. Challenge your balance. Follow that dumbbell with your gaze as you lower and tap. Lift and reach. Beautiful for 4. And we're gonna hold at the top. 3. Fun combo coming in 2. Last one, hold at the top. From here, that right leg is gonna step forward into our lunge. Left arm's gonna lift. We're gonna drive, knee drive, find your balance. Left knee comes down, extend those arms. Reach down for your mat, extend your leg. We come back to the starting position. We step it forward, left arm follows, reach, drive. Left knee comes down, left hand comes down, extend, look up. We have 4 more. Lift, press, drive, left knee comes down. Move at your own pace. If you need to slow this down, slow it down. Lift, press, drive, left knee comes down, left hand comes down, extend, step, press, drive, down. We can do this for 2 more. Down, extend, step it through right leg, left arm reaches, find that drive, pull those elbows down, tap that left knee down, extend, last one, reach, find that full squeeze, then we step it forward, left arm comes up, knee drive, we stay here, just that knee drive and tap, so we pull, lift that knee, press and tap, lift and tap, here for 4, hold onto that breath, 3, 2. Last one. We're going to extend that leg out wide, finding our wide second position. So from here, our heels are pointed in, or our toes are pointed out to the corners of the room. So we're at a 45-degree angle with those legs. Arms are going to reach long, starting with just a squat down. Knees tracking out over ankles. We're standing up nice and tall. Like we're sliding against a wall. We're moving on one even plane. Chest is nice and open. Those dumbbells are just reaching down between your legs. We'll add on in 4. Nice and strong. 3, 2. Hold at the bottom of this next one. We're going to take a heel lift and a bicep curl. Release and rise. So we drop it down. Heels lift, bicep curl. Lower down and lift. Down. Lift those heels. Extend and rise. You've got this for 4. All the way up. 3. How high can we get those heels? Last 2. Down. Lift. Extend and rise. Last one. Down. Lift. We hold it low. Just those heel lifts and bicep curls. Sorry to spring that on you. We have 6. 5. 4. Power through. 3. I'm with you. 2. We're going to hold those heels lifted on this last one. Hold. Pulse it down. Heels are lifted. We've got this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels drop, arms extend. We're going to swivel. So that right leg is going to be towards the front of your mat. Directionally, you might be different than me, but we have that right leg forward. We're going to step that left foot in. So that left foot, we're still on our toes. Arms are extended long. We're going to start small, just how we have with every series. We're starting with that staggered squat and bicep curl. So we sink it down, chest stays lifted. Left heel is lifted. We're driving out of that right side. Feet are hip distance apart. We're slowing our breathing down, finding this movement for 4, 3, 2. Last one, we add on a combo. So stand tall. We're going to step that left foot back, sweep those dumbbells up, take a lunge. Step it in, staggered squat. So there's our combo. We step it back, 90-90 lunge and arm extension. Step it in, staggered squat. Sweep. Step it in, squat and curl. Just those lunges in 4. Beautiful work. We're almost done on this side. 3. Down. 2. We hold in that lunge. We just lunge and sweep. So stepping that foot in, we lunge, sweep those arms overhead. Step it in. Down. And step. Yes. Trying to tap that left knee down to your mat if you can. Challenge yourself to get deep here. We're going to hold our lunge in 6. We're almost there. 5. Sweeping those dumbbells up. Option to come to body weight if those dumbbells are getting a little too heavy for your shoulders. You have 3, 2. Hold it back on this last one. We hold that hover. Those dumbbells come over to the side of that right knee. Lift through center. So we twist through our waist, a lot of rotation, and lift. Twist and lift. You've got this. Finish strong. We come down to the mat after this. In 4, 3, 2. Last one. Reach, drop that left knee. Come all the way down to your mat. For the sake of the video, I'm going to swivel around, but you can stay facing that same direction. You can set your dumbbells off to the side or keep your palms on your dumbbells. We're extending out into our plank. That right knee, our working leg, is going to draw into that right elbow. Then we're going to kick it back into that 3-legged dog. So we drive that right knee in, tap that elbow, lift, 3-legged dog. So close. Lift and press. Drive it in. You can do this for 5. Stacking those shoulders over wrists every time. Prioritizing that form. 4. Lift. 3. 2. We hold it down. We go elbow to elbow. So we tap right and left, holding that right knee and hover, alternating taps, elbow to elbow. You finish here. Give me 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can drop that knee, draw the other knee in, find a little child's pose. Stretch those hands out. Catch your breath. We are done on that right side. We're gonna repeat it on the left, but before we do that, we're gonna take a quick little arm series. So come to your knees and grab both of your dumbbells. Feel free to pause the video at any point in time, grab a sip of water, towel off. I'm definitely sweating, so I'm hoping you guys are sweating at home as well. We have both of our dumbbells, we're in our low kneel. We're gonna start with a crisscross through center, alternating which hand comes first, then lift into our high kneel as we stretch into our W press. Draw those elbows in. We cross, cross, press those hips forward, extend those arms out wide. Draw it in. So taking an alternating cross, then we reach both arms out together. Cross through center. Elbows stay glued, then we reach it out long. We're gonna hold at the top in 4, nice and strong. Reach and pull, elbows come in nice and tight. 3, cross, cross. 2, last time down, we hold at the top of this next one. W press only, hold it out. Draw those elbows in and reach. In and extend. Hold that core nice and tight. Reach those arms out on that angle, drawing those elbows in nice and tight for 4, 3, 2, hold it out there, tiny little pulses up through those arms, I know. Lift for 6, 5, dumbbells are lifted, 4, 3, 2, 1, reach all the way up, palms face out away from you. We're gonna find around the world, tapping the outside of our hips as we lower down. Lift all the way up, tap overhead. Hinging through your chest, tapping those dumbbells down. Lift and lower. We're gonna work just the top half of this around the world in 3. Lift, 2. All the way up, we tap at the top, hold it lifted. We come down halfway, just that shoulder height, and lift. Down and lift, stopping at that shoulder height, I know, for 6, 5, nice strong shoulders. Option to do this with body weight. Ditch those dumbbells for 3, 2. Last one, we go to that bottom half, lift, come all the way down, tap, lift to that halfway point, and lower, lift. You got this, power through, lift, and lower. Last 3, we finish with those full range. Last one, halfway, full range for 6, we can do it, lift, and down. Done with this arm series in 5. Tap the outsides, control, reach for the sides of the room for 4, 3, 2. Last one, make it strong. All the way out, tap. Come all the way back down, lower down. Beautiful work. We are gonna set up for that other side. This is a great time to slow things down, grab a sip of water, towel off, shake it out, and meet me back for that other side. I'm gonna flip around to face the other direction. You're welcome to stay facing the same direction on your mat. This time, we are going to bring that right leg to that bent position. Actually, we're starting with that full bridge, but that left toe is coming to your mat. So we're gluing that right heel down, wiggling those heels in. We should be able to tap them. Starting with that full range bridge. So those left toes are light, we're driving out of that right side. Hip bones are even, press those hips up, lower and tap. Lift and squeeze, we're light on those left toes, lower and tap. So strong, we're so close. We have 15 minutes left. We can do anything for 15 minutes. Lift and squeeze, we hold at the top in 4, 3, 2, hold it lifted on this last one. Hold and squeeze, hips are even. That left leg floats up to tabletop, lift and tap, keeping those hips quiet. You lift and tap just those toes, lift and lower. We stay lifted in 3, 2, hold it lifted. Reach and extend those left toes up to the ceiling. We sweep it down in line with that right knee, lift and pull back up. Sweep it down, hips are even, lift and lower. You've got this for 5. Hold it lifted, strong right side. 2. Last one, reach those toes up to the ceiling. We find that pulse. Squeeze up through that right side. Squeeze and lift those left toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those hips down. Extend that leg out to the front of the room. This is where it's optional to grab those dumbbells. So you can grab your hand weights if you're ready for them. Keeping that soft bend in that right side, right heel is drawing in. We're trying to keep that left heel glued to our mat. We're finding that full roll up. So we lift chin to chest all the way up, extend, then we roll it back down with control. Second side, always a little bit more challenging. You know where you're going. Move with control, take things slow. We add on that twist in 4, all the way down. 3, 1 vertebrae at a time, extend. 2, last one, without that, last one, we add on, lift, twist, extend, and roll. So we're bringing both of those elbows to the outside of that right knee, twist to those obliques, lift and extend, roll it back down. Here for 5, we can do it when we hold at the top, all the way down. 4, hold on to that breath. It's easy to want to hold your breath, especially with core work. Make sure we're prioritizing that breath. It's what's going to help us be strong throughout the rest of this workout. 2, last one, we're going to hold at the top, just those twists, all the way up, twist to the right and lift, twist and lift. You got this. 6, 5, squeeze that left elbow down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring that left hand down, swiveling onto that left hip. So that right arm is reaching. We're coming down to the forearm of our left side. Same thing as on the other side. That right heel is still planted. Left leg is extended. We start with that inner thigh lift. So the inside of that left knee is reaching up for the ceiling as right hand reaches for left ankle, and extend, lift, and reach. We're on the squishy part of that left hip, so we're not fully rotated over to that side. We're on that booty. We add on that combo in 3, 2, 1. Extend that left leg long. We're going to draw right elbow outside of left knee, crunch, extend, and lift. So we crunch in, trying to get that right elbow outside of left knee, and lift, crunch, extend, and lift. Here for 5, reach. Option to ditch that dumbbell at any time. You have 4, lift, 3, in, reach. Final 2, nice and strong. That inner thigh is on fire. In, last full round, lift, lower, crunch, and reach. We stack both ankles, roll fully onto that side hip. So this time hips are stacked. We take that side teaser. So we roll it back, lift, extend both legs, over, stack those hips. So you shift, lift, tap, and roll. Not here long. You have 5. We're going to hold it lifted. In 4. See if I have better balance on this side than the other. 3, 2, Hold it lifted on this last one. Lift those legs up. That bottom left leg lowers and lift. Squeeze up to that inner thigh. You've got it. 6. We lower down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend those knees in, lower it down. Now is another great time to grab a sip of water, towel off, and meet me kneeling. We're coming back up, grabbing those dumbbells, this time extending our left leg long. So we're kneeling on that right side. We're in that strong half to kneel position, bringing those dumbbells up to chest. Elbows are nice and wide. Starting with that oblique bend. Hips are even facing the front of your mat. Elbows are wide. We hinge and lift. Finding your lowest point. If your lowest point is only here, or maybe it's all the way here, find what works for you and your body, and you can progress throughout this series. You want to challenge yourself, but not overwork yourself. We'll add on that rotation in 4, 3, hold on to that breath. I have to remind myself too to hold on, keep breathing. It's easy to hold it. This time we bend, rotate chest down to mat, come back through center and lift. So we hinge, rotate, center, and lift. Nice and strong. All the way up. You have 5. Twist. See how close to the mat we can get that chest. Can you get that full rotation for 3? And lift. 2. All the way up. Last one with that rotation. Twist it down, come to center, rise up tall. We're going to open those arms out to our T. This time we bend, tap the mat, pull it back up. Hinge, tap with that right hand, pull that whole shape up. Still using those obliques, same exact motion. We're pulling up, just longer lever. For 4, we hold that right hand down in 3, 2. Last one, hold that right hand down. That left hand is reaching. Left hand's gonna come down, twist, tap your mat, open and reach. Rotate down, twist, keeping those hips forward, lift and reach. We're gonna add on our leg lift in 4. Extend, find this upper body movement first, get strong. 3, 2, 1. Next time we come down to the mat, we tap leg lifts with that row. Lift and reach, lower and tap. Lift and reach, lower and tap. I don't care how high your leg is going, you're reaching for the back of your mat. Extend, find length. Stretch out from that hip. Yes. Fun combo coming in 4. We're going to take it to that standing position. 3, 2, hold it lifted on this last one. We take it to that standing position, that left foot steps. We lift that right hand, drive right knee all the way up as we pull those dumbbells down. Right knee taps the mat, dumbbell comes down, we extend. Back from the top, lift, hand meets, pull, challenge your balance. Right knee comes down, find that mat, extend. Step through, reach, and pull. Find your balance. This side is not as good for me with that balance. Down and extend. You can do this for 5. Reach, pull, tap, down, and reach. Yes, 4. Dumbbell meets, press, tap your mat, down, keeping each part of the movement separate. Move through it with control. 3, all the way up, drive. Find your mat, extend, and reach. Final 2, we can do this. Lift, drive that right knee in, pull, tap, find your mat. Last one, step it through. Left leg steps, reach, just that knee drive and extension. So we tap that right toe down, pull it in, down, and tap. 4, and we step it wide. 3, 2, last one, step it out nice and wide, coming to that wide second position, extending those dumbbells long. Same thing as on that first side, toes are pointing out to the corners of your mat, dumbbells are facing in towards each other. We squat it down in that low squat and lift, moving against a plane of glass, chest is lifted, shoulders are pulling down away from your ears, knees tracking over ankles. We add on in 4, not here long, transitioning to our lunge. 3, 2, hold it low on this last one. We heel lift, bicep curl. Tap it down and lift. Down, curl, extend, and lift. For 6, you've got this. Curl it in and lift. 5, how high can we get those heels? 4, we hold those heels lifted. In 3, and stand tall. 2, power through this last one. Down, heels lift. We hold them lifted. Pulse it down. Find your balance. Challenge yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels come down. Extend those dumbbells. We swivel. This time our left foot is going to be forward. So that left foot's forward. We step that right foot in, keeping on those right toes. We start with that staggered squat. This is our final push. Let's make it strong. We sink it down, find that curl, and lift. Down, and lift. Driving out of that left heel. We add on our lunge in 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand tall. We sweep those arms up as we step back into our lunge. Step it in, bicep curl, staggered squat. Step back into your lunge, sweep. Step it in and curl. We're in this combo for 5. Down. 4. And we take just those lunges. Final push. 3, 2. We just work those lunges back. Tap it in, sweep those arms high, down. Seeing if we can get that right knee all the way to the mat. We hold low in that lunge in 5. You've got this. We can do it. Reach those arms long. 4, 3, 2. We hold it back on this next one. Hold in that hover. Right knee is lifted. We twist both dumbbells over to the outside of that left leg and lift. Twist and lift. Yes. We drop down to the mat in 4. Find that rotation. 3, 2. Last one. Drop it down. Dumbbells come down to the mat. Swivel that left foot around. For the sake of directions, I'm going to flip around. You can stay facing that same direction. We're coming up into that plank. Strong plank, shoulders over wrists. Left knee is going to tap left elbow. We kick it back into that 3-legged dog. Drive it in, left knee, left elbow. Reach and tap. Lift and tap. Final push of class. We cool down right after this. You tap for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we hold that knee to elbow connection. Left, we go to the right side, cross body, and left, right, left. Hold it strong. You have 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that knee. Bring your other knee in. Drop into that child's pose. Beautiful work. Take a couple deep breaths here. Fingertips reach out and away. Lungs expand on your thighs. Maybe knees fall slightly open. Let those hips sink back. Deep inhale. Feel your lungs pressing into your thighs. Exhale, let it go. Nice deep inhale. Let it go. One more deep breath. Let it go. Shifting that weight forward, coming back to where we started in class, into that quadruped position. Finding those cat-cows, dropping your belly, lifting your gaze, ending class where we started, round it out and away. Noticing if your flexion and extension is a little deeper at the end of class versus when you started. One last one, drop that belly, lift that gaze, inhale, round it out and away, exhale. Neutral spine, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back right into that down dog pedal, back and forth, bending and extending, drawing heels down to your mat, chest pressing in towards your thighs, neck is long. Here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift both heels, lower down, tap your knees to the mat, final stretch together. Right hand's gonna lift and twist up towards the ceiling, then thread it down and under, dropping down to that right shoulder. Option to lift that left hand around, reaching for that right hip, finding that chest opening stretch. Slowly unwinding, left hand first, comes back to the mat, right hand reaches long, tap your mat, final stretch, left hand reach, thread it down and through. Option to take that right hand, reach around for that left hip, open through that chest. Unwinding, right hand first, left hand reaches long, bring it back to your mat. Amazing work today. Thank you so much for joining me for your Sculpt series. Make sure to hydrate, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video.